Okay, back again, chapter 3 this time of Hunter the Vigil. Hunter organizations. Now, I'm going to go over these with a very broad brush. I haven't used most of these in my own Hunter games, but I know them pretty well. I've read some of the Hunter's Black books as well. So first we start with Ashwood Abbey. There we have a picture of a lady with a bloody sword, looking kind of, well, looking like a bit of a pervert, actually, licking her lips, the blood of her lips. Yeah, Ashwood Abbey is an elitist social club with occult ties. They're one of the least, I guess you could say, good hunter groups, because they're very self-serving, snobbish, and still quite dangerous. I mean, they have resources and a lot of power, but yeah, it's a social club. Then we have the Long Night, the Tribulation Militia. There we have a preacher. They basically, they're religious and yeah, waiting for the end of the world, getting ready for it. They're pretty straightforward, I would say, but still they have some nice ideas here about how their individual members might take a different view on just exactly how the world might end. Then we have the Loyalists of Thule, the Indebted. Well, anyway, they're in debt. There, with a pentagram and a shovel. Yeah, this is an interesting group, and this is actually the one I've used the most in one of my games. A group of German occultists and thinkers, philosophers, that basically sparked a nasty nationalist movement in Germany. You know which one. And after the Second World War, they were distraught, shamed, crushed by guilt, and they pay back to the world for their flawed idealism, which caused so much death, so much harm. And some of their members are like sons and daughters of actual Nazis, or grandsons, granddaughters. Of course, some of those old devils might still be alive, but yeah, there can also be taking in outsiders, people who feel like they could be helpful in the hunt. I mean, you don't have to be in debt due to Nazis. I mean, you can be in debt in a different type of way. It's not just tied to this German background, although they do have this very strong sense of personal responsibility and guilt that should never be forgotten. So those are the Loyalists. And then we have the new generation of Network Zero, the Secret Frequency. Yes, here we have a group of young folks very in tune to the electronic age. They film, capture all types of stuff on film and spread it online bit by bit, like slowly bringing awareness to the general public that there's more going on. They can be a bit reckless, not just because of their youth, but because their organization is a bit scattered across the web, so like true personal relationships can be a bit tricky. But yeah, interesting group. And then we have Null Mysteries. They're a scientist. For everything a theory. This is not the occult, this is science. Null Mysteries is an organization for rational assessment of the supernatural. Pretty much says it all. They can explain it. Don't worry, we just haven't perfected the science for this yet. Then we have the Union. Regular Joes and Janes. There's power in a union. Just ordinary folks. These are the neighborhood watch types, and they don't always have to be in like the suburbs. Could be the docks of the city, could be like even Chinatown, like a specific place where there's a very strong sense of community. There they pop up. And Aegis Kaidoru. Now, for those of you who have some familiarity with Devil May Cry, check this picture out. Yeah, that's Dante. I don't know what they were thinking. This is one of the bizarre artworks in the book, but yeah, that's a blatant ripoff. Anyway, Aegis Kaidoru, Guardians of the Labyrinth. These guys hunt and preserve relics, magical items, talismans, that sort of thing. And they don't really get along with other hunters because they're always suspecting that these other guys are hunting maybe relics as well and want to use them for their own means. And do they really know how to use them without hurting others? Probably not. We know. Let us have the relic. Then we have the Ascending Ones, Cult of the Phoenix. This is actually a pretty interesting Egyptian themed group that their entire organization is based around these potent elixirs that can be lethal if anyone else drinks them, but they condition themselves on these elixirs, and by drinking them they get all sorts of, well, drinking, injecting, whatever, they get all sorts of abilities that help them with the hunt. And yeah, they're pretty cool. Then there's the absolute corporate side, the Keiron group, the Field Projects division. There's a man in a suit, a creepy man at that. They research and develop the supernatural. They work for the company, and sometimes cross swords with other hunters, because these guys actually transport supernatural remains to their facilities and even implant some things in their field operatives. Pretty creepy stuff. Then we have the Lucifuge, Children of the Seventh Generation. There we have not an emo guy, but a real proper maniac. Sons of Lucifer. Well, daughters as well. They claim that their lineage is from the Lightbringer, or something like that. It's pretty vague to the outsiders and even the most of the Lucifuge members, but they have this mysterious boss who determines who gets what job and stuff like that. But yeah, there are always 666 agents of Lucifuge, of members. No less, no more. When one dies, another is born. Stuff like this. And they get some fantastic parts as well. And Malleus Maleficarum, the Shadow Congregation. There is a clergyman with a torch. Yeah, the witch hunt. They're alive and kicking. Heresies must be met without mercy. Guess what they do? Yeah. They have different orders and brotherhoods. Very a different bent on religion than the Long Night group. Malleus Maleficarum are real fanatics. Then we have Task Force Valkyrie, the Men in Black. There's a commander with a fantastic weapon, ready to kick some ass. And they're a secret government organization using lethal force to take down, what are they called? ENEs. Was it extra normal entities? I think that was it. Yeah, they're really cool. For those players who really want like this supernatural soldier experience, where they go in with helicopters and blow shit up. I mean, of course, they can get more involved in the intrigue department as well, but yeah. I'm gonna cut this short here, because next up we'll be going into the endowments of all these different groups, and this is an interesting part that might take some time. So again, thanks for watching, and see you in another video.